Welcome to another Rich Alvarez live stream. I'm Rich Alvarez. It is so good to see all of you in the chat. I see Link Nerd, Yannick, Mega Shadow, Tim Rogers, Killjoy, Son Goku, Nacho Taco, and more. Welcome to the Rich Alvarez channel. If this is your first time on the Rich Alvarez channel, we do streams. Oftentimes I'm streaming video games. The last time I streamed, I was streaming Yoshi's Island on Tuesday, a couple of days ago. And before that, I was on my vacation. I'm still a little tan. It's fading a little bit, you know, because I don't go outside very much. But it is a fading tan, and I am much browner than I was, say, earlier last week, or, you know, however you want to say that. Anyways, today we are doing a just chatting stream. I will, of course, continue to play Yoshi's Island and Final Fantasy VIII. But I was getting a little frustrated with Yoshi's Island last time, so I thought, you know what? We'll just do a just chatting stream so that we can just talk about life for however long. And yeah, it's really good to see you all. You know, if you haven't given the video a like yet, don't forget to give this video a like. As always, I am Rich Alvarez. So what shall we talk about? I think I'm going to create a poll, just a silly one to start with, because I can't think of a better question. Is a pizza a pie? Yes or no? Is a pizza a pie? Yes or no? It's the silliest poll in the world. I know that they often call it a pizza pie, and certainly I think a pizza is a pie because it is a large round thing of crust with toppings, but some people actually consider a pie only a pie if it has the overlay of crust on top, to which a Chicago style stuffed crust is exactly that. So would that be a pie and a regular pizza not? Just a silly question to get us started here. Anyways, how's everybody doing? I see Rose has gotten here, and Withered Key is here. Yeah. Anyways, so it's been a really crazy week for everything. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Hawaiian is my favorite pizza, probably ham and pineapple, that sort of thing. I also really like vegetarian pizza, cheese pizza, but my classic favorite from childhood especially is pineapple ham. Yeah. Oh, you know, good point, JPB. Pumpkin pie has no top crust and it's still a pie. So, yeah, there we go. Anyways, what has been going on since the last time I talked to you guys? I think since the last time I talked to you guys, and I was talking about this earlier on Comic Cast, that was today, and that's my weekly comic book podcast I do every Thursday for the A1 Comics YouTube channel. We were talking about the Thor Love and Thunder trailer. I love the Thor Love and Thunder trailer. And then there's a brand new little teaser that came out for Doctor Strange. And I've decided I'm not going to spoil any of that here because that teaser is really hard to find. I could not find it on YouTube. I had to go to comicbook.com's Instagram page to find the 15-second teaser, but there was a couple of big reveals in that teaser. So if you were not excited for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, then start getting excited because it's going to be awesome. Anyways, yeah, so that's and that's pretty much like all that I thought would take more than what I've only been live for 5 minutes, and that took 5 minutes. What else can we talk about? Thoughts on the Mario movie delay, says That's what Link Nerd says. I don't know what that's about. I mean, movies get delayed all the time, especially now during like the pandemic. But it probably has more to do with when they think when it'll be most profitable. Hey, AK, and not like anything. It's hard to say, right? Because it's voice acted already. They've got everything going. Maybe Nintendo saw it and decided they weren't happy with a couple of moments that they need to change. I mean, reshoots for animations are rare because they're storyboarded ahead of time and the whole thing is there. But then you watch it and you notice some things are not in pace or in line with what the expectations of the producers or everything is. And so yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know how far along they were in the movie when they made this decision. I have no idea. But it could be a variety of things. It doesn't surprise me that it got canceled. I mean, Nintendo has waited 30 years basically to allow another Mario movie to be made, and they decided to do this animation. And like I said, with like things like Chris Pratt playing Mario and Jack Black playing Bowser, I mean, it's going to be a comedy, and that's okay. Most Mario games, especially most Mario games of the last 20 or so years, have been very family friendly, and they've been more on the funnier side. It's not the Mario movie I would make. I would make something that's a little bit more akin to, say, my own Plumber Knight Returns, something a little bit more superhero-ish and dramatic. Because I have always seen Mario as more of a superhero story than anything else. Maybe because I'm a fan of superheroes, I don't know. But I would love to see a more serious Mario live action movie at some point before I'm dead. So that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen hopefully sometime before I'm dead, but probably not. But anyways, yeah. What's up, Kid Rhino? Says what's up, Rich? So what I got back from was an event called Neotropolis. It's cyberpunk themed. And if your first experience with cyberpunk is the video game Cyberpunk 2077, that game is actually based on an old role-playing game, a tabletop role-playing game of the same theme. But I would say that the modern cyberpunk, I mean, it derives from a lot of things because there's like diesel punk and steampunk and everything. Those have been around here and there for forever. But cyberpunk is kind of taken from, I feel like it's kind of derived from what is diesel punk, but it wasn't called diesel punk then. There's an old silent film called Metropolis, and I feel like that's kind of the beginning of diesel punk. It's very high tech and there's robots and things. But the beginning of actual cyberpunk, I truly believe, begins with Ridley Scott's film Blade Runner. I feel like Blade Runner is where, if you're making a cyberpunk movie or show or game, in the case of Cyberpunk 2077, you're going to look at Blade Runner because Blade Runner is the golden standard. It is the grandfather or godfather, if you will, of cyberpunk, modern cyberpunk, and that's where we get cyberpunk from. So I was in the desert for a week, and they had built some structures, and it was supposed to be cyberpunk theme, and it was really cool. It was a lot of fun, and it was put on by the same people that do Wasteland Weekend. And some of you know I do Wasteland Weekend every year, and Wasteland Weekend's in September. And it was put on by the same group, although because Wasteland, it has been around for a long time, there's like 5,000 people that go to Wasteland. This was like under 1,000 people, maybe closer to 500, I don't know, that went to Neotropolis. And it was good. It was much smaller, but it was a lot of fun. But now, like, me and my friends are like kicking it up into high gear, getting ready for Wasteland in September. And thank you, Trip. We have our first super chat from Trip. So Trip is here and says, hello once again, funny beard man. My name is Trip. So how was your trip? That was the last time I ever made a pun of my name. Lol. Thank you, Trip. I did have a good trip. As you can see, I did get really tan and I'm hoping that goes away soon because I like to be paler. But anyways, yeah. AK. Okay, so again, we have a vote going on right now. It's just a very silly vote that says, "Is a pizza a pie?" I just wanted to be silly. 72% of you said, I'm ending the poll now. 72% of you said yes, and the others of you said 27% of you said no. AK says, for those who voted no, you are objectively wrong. The etymology or etymology, I can't speak today, of the word pizza is Italian, literally pie. It's a pizza pie, you know. So that's a lot of fun. Let's do a new poll and let's say, what are two really like? Okay, so banjo, nuts and bolts, or what's another really, really like on the fence game? What's on the fence game that people are like a sequel? Well, you guys wouldn't know about Parasite Eve 2 probably. It's not as good as Parasite Eve 1. But what about, Last of Us 2? I know a lot of people didn't like Last of Us 2. And so we're going to say Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts or Last of Us 2. Which one is better? And it doesn't necessarily mean which one's the better game, because I feel like Last of Us 2 is an objectively better game than Banjo Nuts and Bolts. Let's just say which one's the better sequel, and they're both. It's a divisive question. It's a divisive question. So yeah, which one's better, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts or Last of Us 2? Just doing a fun little thing. Anyways. Yeah. So yeah, how y'all doing? How's everyone doing this evening? What are y'all wearing? Where are your kids at? Anyways, AK says never played nor seen either. All right. Okay. Next topic. Okay, what else is going on in the world? I feel like I'm so separated from everything that is happening in the world right now. Well, here's a little fun little tidbit. If you guys are Marvel fans, like I know I am, Taron Egerton, who is most famous for being Eggsy in the Kingsman series, is in talks right now to play Wolverine. When a Wolverine or X-Men movie will come out under Marvel Studios, who knows? But they have the rights back to X-Men. And yeah, he's in talks right now. That doesn't mean he's gonna get the role. It just means they're talking to Taron Egerton about the possibility of playing Wolverine. So we know that the whatever Wolverine or X-Men movie is on the horizon is perhaps closer than some of us thought, which is good. It'll probably still be 2 or 3 years out at the earliest, but I really want that MCU X-Men movie. I'm just waiting for Marvel Studios to finally have their shot now that they got the rights back from Fox to make their X-Men. Anyways, so yeah, no, I don't know how Matt's doing. I think he's doing okay. Yeah. Tim Rogers says, not into Marvel, but I'm glad that people love it. I like Batman, just Batman, though. How interesting. Richie, are you planning on playing any Game Boy Advance Mario games, says Kid Rhino. Not particularly, but, I don't know. Anything could happen on the horizon. Who knows? All right, let's take a look at this poll. We got 15 votes in. So most of you, and it's by a small margin, 53% of you said that you prefer Nuts and Bolts over Last of Us 2. That is actually very surprising. I expected Last of Us 2 to win by a large margin. So that is very interesting. Okay. Looking forward to, and let's say Fantastic Four or X-Men. So we know because of the Fox acquisition, Disney/Marvel can now make a movie and add it to their MCU based on Fantastic Four and X-Men. Now, it's been a couple years now, but Kevin Feige officially announced a Fantastic Four film. We have actually yet to get an official announcement for an X-Men movie, but we know that it's coming. So what are you more excited for, X-Men or Fantastic Four? That is our current poll. So get your votes in. I let these polls run for a couple minutes. It looks like X-Men is winning by at least a vote. Now maybe by 2 votes. But yeah, what are you looking forward to the most? X-Men or Fantastic Four? Yeah. Cactus Bros how it says, have you played Elden Ring or plan to? My roommate Corey is playing Elden Ring and he's having a blast. Unfortunately, it won't work on my computer. I have a pretty good computer, but apparently now it's just too old. It's about 4 or 5 years old at this point, and apparently that's no bueno for Elden Ring. So I'm going to have to do some upgrades, but I cannot afford upgrades right now. So I will have to wait a while before I can play the Ring of Elden. All right, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Make sure you get your votes in. What are you more excited for, X-Men or Fantastic Four? Yeah. Nacho Talker says FF Fantastic Four. If that's what you mean by FF4, you could just say FF because that's Fantastic Four. But Fantastic Four needs more time for their characters to probably develop, and a show can do that easier. But the thing is, I don't know. I like movies. Shows are great, but I really like movies, and I think that we can do a proper Fantastic Four movie. Not everything needs to be a show. Smashpack says if Fantastic Four wins, She-Hulk will rip up my X-Men comics. That's a great reference. That is an excellent reference to the Sensational She-Hulk issue #1, where she's holding up the first issue of the previous volume, which was Savage She-Hulk, and and also, well, it's you better buy my comic or I'm gonna come to your house and rip up all your X-Men. I think that was actually on the cover of Savage, but then on the cover of Sensational, no. It's the cover of Sensational. She says, like buy this new #1 or I'll rip up your X-Men comics or something like that. And then either it was Sensational or the next volume that was like, the drill, something rip up your X-Men it's funny. It's supposed to be funny. I'm misremembering exactly when those jokes were, but it's definitely, all I'm trying to say is Smashpack made a very clever reference to a cover of She-Hulk. Very good job. If my coworker Avery was here, he'd have my head and give us the correct answer. Tim says, I hear Elden Ring is fantastico, but punishing. Yeah. Nintendo says, when Stupid Mario Bros. Took off, were you in high school or college, and did anyone recognize you from the series? Oh, that's okay, Nacho Taco. Don't worry about it. I was in college because I was 19, I think, when the show started. I think Chris and Matt and most of the others were like in their senior year of high school, right? Because I met Chris and Matt and everybody in high school. I was the TA of their sophomore English class when I was a senior. I was 2 years ahead of everybody. And then, yeah, we just remained friends ever since. So, I was definitely 19 in college when we started Stupid Mario. I have been recognized, especially at, like, conventions, like anime and comic conventions, especially when I'm in the Mario costume. And you've seen those old videos where I'm walking around cons and I've got the mic and I'm asking people questions. People are like always like, Stupid Mario, and especially if I'm with Chris and he's in his Luigi costume, then they really recognize us from Stupid Mario Brothers. That was a lot more common back, between the years of 2007 to 2012 when the main series was still going. But people have sometimes recognized us again. I haven't been to a convention in several years, partly due to COVID and partly because I feel like I'm kind of done with conventions. But yeah, we would always get recognized by a few people, even as late as just a few years ago, so that was good. All right, that is the end of this poll. It looks like X-Men won with 53%. That's still really close. That's 53 to 47%. Once again, I expected X-Men to get way higher results, but it did win. It did beat out Fantastic Four by a small margin of error of 5%. That is crazy. Nacho Talker says, honestly, though, I think Marvel peaked with Endgame and will try too hard to top it, so I'm kind of just done with the series till I hear differently. I mean, it's hard to top Endgame. Endgame was real good, but Spider-Man No Way Home was excellent, so I wouldn't rule it out completely. I loved Spider-Man No Way Home. I think Doctor Strange, which is just coming out next week, I think that Doctor Strange is going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to Doctor Strange. I've loved everything I've seen from Thor, Love and Thunder. I don't know. I think the best of Marvel might just be yet to come, so I wouldn't give on it too much, Nacho. I mean, we've had, 60 years of Marvel at this point, like in comic books. I mean, they can always create more exciting stories. So that's good. Anyways, okay, next poll, next topic. Yeah, let's see here. What would be the next poll? Favorite. Do you prefer? Okay, so burrito. Here's a fun one: bean and cheese, or rice and meat. This is just getting really abstract now. Okay, so here's a fun little poll. It's called burrito ? Bean and cheese or rice and meat? You could tell a lot about a person by this simple decision. I can't vote because I made the poll, but I would vote bean and cheese over rice and meat. Yeah. Bean and cheese. Yay, Silver says bean and cheese. Bean and cheese is the way to go because with bean and cheese, you get the most, with both beans and cheese have protein, and I spelled cheese wrong. I just realized because I typed too fast. Whoops, it's cheese. Whoopsie, spelled cheese wrong. Yeah, it's, anyways, I was going to say you get your complete proteins with bean and cheese. Rice and meat is like just carbs on fat. I mean, obviously, depending on the meat you choose, there could be a lot of protein in there, but it's like it doesn't have the complete complex proteins that say like a black bean and cheese burrito will. So I mean, I would always go bean and cheese. Yeah. AK says rice, bean, meat, and cheese. Well, if you want to overstuff your burrito, you can go right ahead. Yeah. So anyways, it's just supposed to be a stupid question. And we already have 15 votes, so I think we're going to call it there. It looks like rice and meat wins with 73% over the 27% for beans and rice. That breaks my heart. That really breaks my heart because if given the option, if I could only have one burrito with those two ingredients, I would choose beans and cheese. And if I could have three ingredients, I would go rice, beans, and cheese, or like the cheesy bean and rice burrito at Taco Bell. I feel like meat is like my last choice. Anyways. Yeah. Anyways. All right, we got some more new people in, and we're up to 19 viewers now, so only 14 likes. So if you haven't liked this video yet, give this video a like. Santa Claus will reward you in December if you give this video a like. That's not a promise. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's do another poll. Oh, yeah, actually that's a good. Here we go. And this is kind of specifically a Taco Bell question, I guess. Okay. Here's our next question. Quesadilla or Crunchwrap? Ooh. I like quesadillas better than Crunchwraps. And I think it's just because I had a lot of quesadillas growing up, and that's just kind of the taste that I prefer. There might be too much going on in the Crunchwrap. Not that it's not delicious, but there's probably too much going on in the Crunchwrap. I really prefer the simplicity of a quesadilla, especially if it's just a grilled tortilla with cheese and the green sauce. Yes, that's right, the green sauce. Taco Bell, for the last 15 years, has been putting in that creamy jalapeno sauce. That creamy jalapeno sauce has no business being in a quesadilla. Every time I go to Taco Bell, I always tell them, can I do it with the green chili sauce? And usually they say, okay. So I get the cheese quesadilla with the green chili sauce instead of the jalapeno sauce. Because you know why? Because in the 90s, that was the default. That's how Taco Bell always made their quesadillas. It was a toasted grilled tortilla with melted cheese and green sauce. And then at some point in like 2002, 2003, they switched it to the creamy jalapeno sauce. Ugh. No, I need the green chili sauce. So when you go to Taco Bell, you say, I want a cheese quesadilla, but can I get the green chili sauce instead of the creamy jalapeno? Because that is a classic American quesadilla. Yeah. Anyways, let's see. Well, we got 19 votes. That means everybody's voted. Quesadilla wins by a long shot. 63% for quesadillas, 37% for Crunchwrap. You guys picked the correct choice on that one. It's all about the quesadilla. That is the correct answer. Yes, Boo Dude, I'm glad you got my joke of classic American. Anyways, it's... Yep, Taco Bell did say they're bringing back the Mexican pizzas. I think that is great. I haven't had a Mexican pizza. Even when they had the Mexican pizza, I feel like I haven't had a Mexican pizza in like 10 years. Yeah. Oh, what's in a Crunchwrap nacho taco? It's the same thing that Taco Bell literally puts in everything. It's, lettuce, cheese, meat, and then some, like depending on what kind of Crunchwrap you're getting, it usually also has sour cream, nacho cheese, and tomatoes. And then with the layer, the layer of tortilla shell, and then the wrap. That's the Crunchwrap. It's pretty good, but it does not beat out the cheese quesadilla, in my opinion. Nope. All right. Do we need another poll? Let's do one last poll. Oh yeah, I agree, Smash Pack. Crunchwraps are beautiful with black beans. That's actually the way I get it with the black beans. Let's see here. Dang. Let's see. Okay, here's a great question. Better. Carl's. Okay, so what is better? Carl's Jr. / Hardee's, because they're the same thing. It's just on the West Coast we call it Carl's Jr. and on the East Coast we call it Hardee's, or Jack in the Box. So Carl's Jr. or Jack in the Box, what is the correct answer there? And there's a few different ways you can go about thinking this. What I love about Jack in the Box is the fact that they have everything. You can go to Jack in the Box and get a taco. You can go to Jack in the Box and get a teriyaki bowl. You can get mini tacos. You can get like chili fries. You can get a chicken sandwich, a hamburger. You can get like a ton of stuff. Like the Jack in the Box is known for just having an incredible variety of stuff. Now sometimes Carl's Jr. / Hardee's will have a green or red burrito, depending. It's green burrito for Carl's, red burrito for Hardee's, and they'll have like a nice Mexican selection too. But usually Carl's is really just known for its burgers and fries. But I do enjoy like a big thick burger from Carl's sometimes. But again, it's that variety from Jack in the Box that is like world renowned. So, let's see how we doing on votes here. It's like we got 13 votes in. Looks like Carl's is winning by a slight margin, or actually a large margin now. But I would say for me, I feel like Jack in the Box is better, if anything, just because of that variety. Yeah. Victor Manana says these polls are on fire. Anyways, so it looks like 16 votes are in. It's going to be Carl's. There's no way that Jack in the Box can win. Ending the poll, looks like Carl's wins. Congratulations, Carl's Jr. You are the winner. Okay. So not Jack in the Box. I said Carl's is the winner, right? Carl's Jr. is the winner. No Nacho Taco. I still haven't gotten a chance to see Sonic 2. And AK says, it was Carl's Jr. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for me today. Just wanted to check in and do a fun little just chatting with some fun polls in there. You guys have been great. Thank you everybody who was here and liked this video. Special thanks to Trip, who was our only super chat of the day. Thank you, Trip. And this has been really fun. I really enjoy just kind of chatting with you guys and talking about things, because sometimes I don't always feel like playing a video game. Sometimes I just want to talk and hang out and have some fun. So thanks everybody for showing up. It's been good, and I might be back tomorrow. So anyways, you guys all have a good night. I will talk to you all some other time. All right, bye bye.